Lesson 10, Service Transition Processes, Part 1. Welcome to Lesson 10. We're moving on to the next phase of the service lifecycle now, service transition. In this lesson, we'll study change management. Do you remember the purpose and objectives of service transition? It focuses on moving new and changed services into the live environment successfully with minimal impact on live services. Service transition also focuses on controlling the cost, quality, and timescales of the actual transition itself. Don't forget, service transition needs the service design package before work can begin. There are a number of key processes that we will study as part of service transition. The first process that we will explore is change management. Every organization has to deal with and manage change. Changes come from many sources, including customer requirements, legislative or external business changes, as well as internal improvements and fixes. New and changed IT services need to be carefully managed to ensure they transition successfully into the production environment. Because service providers have to deal with high volumes of change, often in complex environments, they need to have processes in place that will allow them to manage change in the most efficient way possible. The purpose of change management is to control the life cycle of all changes so that positive changes can be made without disrupting service. By successfully managing change and having efficient change management processes in place, we can smoothly transition new and changed services into our production environment. The change management process also has a number of objectives. You can see some of them here. The process will respond to changing business requirements while minimizing disruption. Manage and implement changes to make sure that services stay aligned with business needs. And make sure that changes are recorded and managed from inception through to implementation and review. As part of its objectives, change management will make sure all changes are recorded. This is a really important point. If we don't record a change, we have no way of finding out what has happened to our services. Changes to IT assets need to be recorded in the configuration management system, which we'll study soon. Finally, change management will try to optimize business risk. The business may be prepared to accept a risk to get a change they need, but they need to understand it before they can sign off on the risk. The first part of managing change effectively is to define exactly what we mean by a change. Organizations need to ask questions like the ones you can see here. What kind of changes do we need to manage? What kind of changes do we deal with regularly? And what kind of changes are threats to our production environment? What constitutes a change will be different for different organizations. Service providers must arrive at their own definition. The change management process has a clearly defined scope. The process covers the management of change to all configuration items across the whole service lifecycle. In other words, anything that contributes to the delivery of a service can fall within the scope of change management. This could include physical assets like servers, virtual assets like storage, or documents such as service level agreements. We'll talk more about configuration items when we study service asset and configuration management.